Today is day 60, and before we look at the blood work results from the blood draw taken this morning, I'd like to step back and take stock of what has changed in the last 2 months. Hello, and welcome back to the Morningwood Chronicles. My name is Gerard, I'm 60 years old, and today is day 60 of a 180-day experiment to see if artificial intelligence can help guide me back towards metabolic health. Let's get started. Day 60 is sort of a milestone day. And I'd like to take this opportunity to share with you, in case you're perhaps new to this channel, what has actually changed in my metabolic health and this metabolic journey and this AI experiment over the last 2 months. 2.5 months ago, I was eating Costco chocolate chip cookies like they were going out of style. I went to the doctor for my annual physical. He insisted that I get my blood work taken immediately. And my fasting glucose at that point was almost 130. That's not a number that meant a lot to me, frankly, at that time, because I had been on medication already for 6 years for diabetes and for high blood pressure. And I did very little to manage those health issues, apart from take the medication. When the results of the last blood work came in 2 months ago, my doctor added to the list of issues and said that I have a fatty liver. And so all of that really motivated me. Something clicked. I just decided I needed to do something about this. And I uploaded all of my blood work for the last 6 years into ChatGPT. And ChatGPT came back with a program, as anybody who's been watching these daily videos, these updates, this documentary, with a set of recommendations that did not include restricting calories, counting calories, or depriving myself of food. And this is what compelled me at that point in time to implement those recommendations into my life. And I've spoken in detail in my past videos about what those recommendations were and how it's felt to be following them, and the phases that I've been through. So if you or somebody you know is going through something similar, I encourage you and invite you to check them out. There's also a Substack with a link in the description where I've shared all of my blood work and will continue to do so. What's really changed is that when I started this process 2 months ago, my body was incapable of accessing stored fat reserves because my cortisol was high, my insulin was high, and I was just on this roller coaster of eating and insulin spiking and cortisol messing it all up. And so in the first 3 weeks approximately of this process, I followed very rigidly the recommendations of ChatGPT, and somehow my body started coming back into balance. Even without the blood work, it was just obvious. And I started eating differently, and I started feeling full or satisfied after my meals. And something really remarkable happened. While I was following those recommendations, I suddenly didn't feel hungry anymore between meals. I wasn't feeling compelled to snack and to graze and to keep going back to the kitchen. And so the result has been that I have lost a tremendous amount of weight without really even trying, or without feeling like I've been trying. I think I've probably lost about 30 pounds. And I've been walking much more. I feel light on my feet. I feel my sleep is good. And so I feel just about as healthy as I have in many years. And I have a pretty good feeling that the results of today's blood work are going to reflect that. But of course, there's no guarantee. I mean, I'm only going on what I feel, what I've observed, and what AI has been telling me, because I've been inputting all of my meal information and a vast amount of information into AI. And everything appears to be on track. So I expect to have the results of the blood work back in the next couple of days. And I'll reveal them right here from the forests of Washington State. And we'll find out together whether the blood work results are confirming what my body has been telling me. So I thank you for tuning in, and I hope to see you here again tomorrow for another episode of the Morning Wood Chronicles.